Hello. Welcome to Mystic Moons, a secret you should know. In this energy, maybe it's a secret you should know, but it looks tightly guarded. Funny with the court cards, funny with some cards, how some people have such visceral reactions to them. Some readers really hate the Queen of Wands. To me, they call the Queen of Wands the woman that will get your man. The whore. To me, a Queen of Wands is always, regardless of whether she's positively aspected or negatively, a Queen of Wands is always very charismatic. You can't take your eyes off a Queen of Wands. Even if you'd like to ignore a Queen of Wands, you still have to go and pay attention. Queen of Wands, to me, regardless of positive or neutral, has that sort of energy. Likewise, a Queen of Swords. Some people hate Queen of Swords, say Queen of Swords is the woman that will go to any lengths to enact justice on you. Vindictive, cold, cruel, lying, and so forth. You know, to me, a Queen of Swords is someone who, at her most, or at the most neutral state, someone who has succeeded or is in the process of trying to divorce other attachments to how they judge things, view things, interact with things. Here is someone who is purely trying to go and be very logical, very strategic, and not allow other softer ties, concerns to seep in and perhaps weaken a resolve. A Queen of Swords, to me, at a neutral energy, is somebody who is very intelligent, very observant, and also, too, someone who's very guarded. You know, this person values boundaries, this person values their own personal space, and this person has been hurt before, disappointed before in some way when they extended themselves. Other types of energies I've come across that people have had very strong reactions to, that would be like, I think last month, I was speaking to someone and they said they had their worst card of the deck was a Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, someone who is lazy, they said. And someone who tries to get more than they should. A Page of Pentacles, a very graspy, vampiric type of energy. And to me, I've never felt that with a Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, to me, generally, neutrally, before it becomes positive or negative, if there's a positive or negative, is always about Page of Pentacles to me is always about, well, opportunity. A Page of Pentacles is someone interested in building something. Page of Pentacles maybe might not have the full fuel to go and accomplish what they'd like, but they're going to try. They're going to try to the best that they could in their little page energy. But a Page of Pentacles is someone who is trying to build something, and they do it brick by brick, pebble by pebble, little gesture by little gesture. Nothing necessarily to be antagonistic about. It's just the nature of a page. Anyway, here we're going to find out a secret Aries should know. Thank you for the light. That would be an Aries sun in these collectives that we're reading for, an Aries moon, an Aries rising, Aries 8th house, Aries 12th house. Okay, so if you have one of those Aries placements, of course, if you have Aries energy overall, but they're not in there, but you feel that very strongly in your chart, welcome aboard. But those are primarily for these readings, the types of energy that we group into our collective. So in this first week of summer, what is a secret Aries should know? People are thinking about you, Aries. Hierophant with Hangman. Not quite sure if I like this energy, Aries, because a little bit of a theme is somebody's been thinking about you for a while. Maybe, Aries, they've been thinking about you, considering you. Hello. And thank you for the like. Maybe they've been thinking about you, considering you since early winter. Well, not early winter. Early winter starts in December, right? Early part of the year. Like maybe around February onward, somebody has been really, I don't know if they've been evaluating you, but you've definitely been on their mind. A growing concern that they can't put off, something that ties into the moral fiber of who they are, Aries, and something about you unravels that in the quiet space, Aries, between the silence and their inner voice, when they can't hide, Aries, behind convenient mask or convenient occurrences of life, Aries, when they can't push it away. And the only thing that they have to go and face is the truth. Aries, the secret I have for you so far building up is here is someone who's been thinking about you really quite intently. Even it's funny, we're in June, and if we backtracked from whatever it is, February, we would have 4 months. But somebody's been thinking about you a whole lot. You've been a cause of unrest. They know that they should have taken action, Aries, and they did not. Aries, they had a chance to, oh, do I say it, Aries? They had a chance not to be a coward, not to be cowardly, not to indulge cowardness. Some energies coming up here, Aries. They're kind of all scattered, but maybe, yeah, they are all scattered. Because even the sun would go down to 19, but it would go down to 10, which would be 1. We have some Taurus, Pisces, Libra, and we have some, perhaps some more fire, Leo and Sagittarius. But our main message here, Aries, is the Hierophant. Let's see. So we have Hierophant. And this reading that I'm doing, it's a collective reading. So it's something that I'm taking my own time to do to benefit whoever is listening. You are more than welcome to listen. You are more than welcome to go. But I do ask that you respect the time that I'm taking And the compensation, so-called compensation, comes out to maybe about 2 to 3 cents, US dollar cents. So it's not like I'm really making anything that I can even buy a cough drop with by doing this, but it is taking a portion of my time. So I do ask that you respect the collective reading that I'm doing. With Hierophant, Hierophant gets a Queen of Swords. That Queen of Swords pops up again. 2 of Cups and a 10 of Swords. A couple of things going on here, Aries. The universe isn't quite moving towards justice towards you, Aries. Isn't quite in this energy. But what I do have here, Aries, is something that already has been buried and that people have been stepping over, Aries, overlooking, Aries, going about their normal business, Aries, well after something has gone by. And Aries, I'm not saying that this happened in February of this year and onward. What I'm saying, Aries, is that this has a previous occurrence, a previous issue with you, Aries, is coming up again. In someone's mind, they're recollecting it, they're unable to look away from it. That's more what's happening in this energy. Someone's black mark, someone's stain on their character, Aries, has come up in a reminder. So a secret you should know, Aries, there is a form of restitution on its way to you. Aries, in this energy, I don't even know if you want to go and deal with this particular situation, but something is afoot, Aries, to go and correct a wrong for you. It's out of the hands of the person that did you wrong, out of your hands. It's kind of in the hands of the community's eyes, the community judgment. I'm also going to say in this energy, Aries, something about this affects the standing of how this person is regarded overall. I'm not going to say anything quite like karma. Did I see a judgment? I did see a judgment. But these are external circumstances that are out of this person's hands, out of their control. Some sort of restitution is coming your way, Aries, in this form of Hierophant. Because there was something deserved of you, owed to you. And it still is there, waiting to be paid out, waiting to be claimed, waiting to be honored. Some signs coming up here, Aries. Primarily, we have Libra, Gemini, Cancer, and Taurus. I think with this secret you should know, Aries, this communication or movement that is going about you is something you wouldn't necessarily open up the door for to interact with again. And Aries, do I say in this energy, maybe this you might want to hear. A door that you've closed. Maybe you just might be willing to hear, to read what exactly it is they want when they reach out. Someone's trying to make some right, Aries, not because they want to, but because they need to. Some external factors are at play for that need. That's a secret you should know, Aries. Might be worth your time to open a brief window of communication between an unsavory issue, unsavory party that you did not want to deal with or you dealt with enough. In this energy too, Aries, if you have any legal proceedings that you have not paid attention to, but you could re-engage, it could be worth it, Aries, to dig that up. Aries, in this energy, perhaps there are some inheritance type of issues here. I could say in this energy too, Aries, perhaps there has been a death. Maybe not someone in your near immediate, I don't mean that like creepy, this person's energy was so bad they died. I'm not talking about that, right? No. I'm just simply saying somebody could have, died. And their death has a need to go and close some doors, some issues that before were not able to be addressed while they were alive. So you could have some inheritance issues here. There could also be some movement, some transferring of assets, of leadership, of power going on, maybe in your general community. Ultimately in the secret you should know, Aries, something physical has drastically changed. And with that physical change, something that you can verify with your own two eyes, something that was there and now is gone or has changed drastically. With that change, now is the movement towards a new common order, a new environment, a new set of leadership, a new set of rules and regulations. And right now, that's being established. Dust is up, the dust must settle. And in that process, Aries, someone or something either unpleasant or connected to something unpleasant will reach out to you for that. You could also reach out to them for that, as I said, if it's a legal thing. But there's an opportunity here if you're willing to open it up again. Okay, that is my message for you, Aries. I invite you for this to think about the greater communities that you sit in. What kind of circles are you connected to? Could be directly. Well, in this energy, it's now indirectly. There are circles that you know, but not necessarily are a part of. And the circle that is going through flux, or the circles that are going through flux, there is an opportunity there for you if you choose to open that door up again. Because rest assured, Aries, you and the way that they handled you is something that they would like to clean up and get that off their plate. Thank you so much, everyone, for the likes. I'll leave this reading up for a little bit of time. If you do see any mystic moon readings and their collective readings, know that the main message is always going to be at the start of the live. I invite you to go and take a look at the pinned comment. It will let you know as well the status of things and perhaps any particular questions you may have. The birds where I am are starting to sing their morning song. And I think I still have a little bit of time left to watch some more Dragon Ball before it ends. Bye-bye.